Hi! Today, we are going to learn about quantity words. They are a few, many, little, a little, some, much, fewer, and more. We use quantity words to show the quantity of countable or uncountable nouns. Hi! Today, we are going to learn about quantity words. They are a few, many, little, a little, some, much, fewer, and more. We use quantity words to show the quantity of countable or uncountable nouns. We use the quantity words a few and many with plural nouns. Let's look at a few first. Look at this example. There are a few cakes on the plate. We use the quantity word a few because we are referring to only a small quantity of cakes. Look at the next example. We drank many glasses of water because we were thirsty. We use the quantity word many in this sentence because we are referring to a big quantity.
I see. So, when we want to talk about a small quantity of plural nouns, we can use a few. And when we are talking about a big quantity of plural nouns, we can use many.
That's right. Let's move on to the quantity words little, a little, some, and much. We use them when we are talking about uncountable nouns. Look at this example. There is little butter left. We use the quantity word little because we want to tell people that there is not much or almost no more butter left. We use a little differently from little. Look at this example. I left a little bread for you in the box. We use the quantity word a little because we want to show that although it is only a small amount, there is still some of the bread. Look at the next example. There is some flour in the box. We use the quantity word some to tell people that there is still a certain amount of flour left. Finally, we normally use much in questions and negative sentences. For example, is there much sugar left? There isn't much sugar left. We use the quantity word much in the question when we want to know the quantity of sugar left, and we use it in the negative sentence to show that there is only a little sugar left. Let's look at the next set of quantity words. We can use fewer and more when we are comparing the quantity of nouns. Fewer is the comparative form of few. We use it when we are comparing two plural nouns. For example, there are fewer oranges than apples. This sentence tells us that the quantity of oranges is lesser than the quantity of apples. We must write than between the two nouns that we are comparing. Finally, we use more when we are comparing uncountable or countable nouns. For example, there is more rice than noodle, and there are more basketballs than skipping ropes. The sentence tells us that the quantity of rice is bigger than the quantity of noodle, and the quantity of basketballs is bigger than the quantity of skipping ropes. We must remember to write than between the two nouns that we are comparing. Turbo Girl, can you tell me what you've learned today?
Okay. We learned the quantity words a few, many, little, a little, some, much, fewer, and more. We use the quantity word a few when we are referring to only a small quantity. We use the quantity word many when we are referring to a big quantity. We use the quantity words little, a little, some, and much when we are talking about uncountable nouns. We use the quantity word little because we want to tell people that there is not much or almost none of something. We use the quantity word a little when we want to show that there is still a small amount of something. We use the quantity word some to show that there is a certain amount of something. We normally use much in questions and negative sentences when we want to know the quantity of something left and to show that there is only a little of something left. We can use fewer, more, and little when we are comparing the quantity of nouns. We use fewer when we are comparing two plural nouns to show that the quantity of one noun is lesser than the quantity of the other. Lastly, we use more when we are comparing uncountable or countable nouns to show that the quantity of one noun is bigger than the quantity of the other.
Well done, Turbo Girl.